prima facie evidence he's New World Order, then all his advisors, now the policies, now the betrayals. I mean, you know, he comes out and says, I am against these bailouts and these bonuses. I'm fighting it. And it turns out he specifically signed an executive order to allow it and had Dodd put it in the law. And that's now mainstream news. Well, I knew that months ago. We put it in the Obama deception that was just released. But that's now mainstream news today.
Yeah, Obama's specifically doing the neocon agenda where you say one thing and you purposely say exactly the opposite of what you're implementing. So he'll say, I'm against AIG and the banks and, you know, go on the TV and scold them and stuff. But then, you know, he's, like you say, you're showing the Obama deception. He's the guy behind the whole thing as far as the, you know, the puppet government goes. But then behind the puppet government, the book discusses, there's the New World Order, which is basically corporate. And it's basically a satanic government. It's largely invisible, and it's bent on setting up a world of concentration camps. That's the last chapter of the book. And basically torturing and killing people for some sort of enjoyment or pleasure that they have. It's sort of some sort of religion.
So that's the summation of your research, which is true. I mean, you can be an atheist and come to that realization. You know, people are like, I don't believe in that. I'm an atheist or I'm an agnostic. Point is, the globalists believe in it. I mean, they are into this stuff. They are out of their minds.
Actually, Alex, I used to be an atheist. I even published an academic article in a top philosophy journal called Sophia on trying to prove that God didn't exist. Because way back deep into the 90s, I was so angry with my upbringing and the horrible church that I was raised in. I just became this fiery, bitter atheist. But I read a book in the last few years called Beginnings, Sacred Design by Bonnie Gaunt. And pretty much, I can't believe that nobody's talking about this information in the churches or on TV.
Well, that's why a lot of and we're going to talk about it now, but a lot of top scientists who have been atheists, when they finally look at DNA under electron microscopes and the layers and how there's, you know, in there, they're like, my God, this is designed. I mean, this just didn't come out of a Cabbage Patch.
It's everywhere. Look at the solar system. It's when you look at the numbers of the solar system, the diameter of the sun, moon, earth, the ratios of all these diameters.
Where we have to be in the galaxy, where we have to be. Go through that. Where we had to be in the galaxy, it's all perfect.
Well, I mean, take Newgrange up in Ireland, that ancient temple, about 2000 BC. It's estimated to have been created. The sun and I think it's the winter solstice. There's one beam of light that channels down the central column of the middle of the temple, because these people knew so much about the sun back then, so they designed it so right at the winter solstice, the sun, you know, just at that one day, you'd have a beam of light that went down because the way the temple was oriented to the sky. Now, the thing that happens is at night, the full moon does the exact same thing. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you that the sun and the moon at those very precise days are traveling exactly the same trajectory through the sky without any deviation. Now, that can't be a coincidence. That's unbelievable. And I could name 20 of those coincidences.
Let's do it when we come back. No, if you want, let's get into the book and a lot more with our guest, folks. The book is Corporatism, the Secret Government of the New World Order. Jeffrey Grupp. I suggest you get it today.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Many human illnesses can be attributed to the fact that soil in the United States no longer provides plants with the mineral elements which are essential to human nourishment. Many studies have shown that the majority of Americans are deficient in minerals. Deficiency in any one of the more important minerals actually results in disease. Go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today and see the wide range of foods available that are designed to help your mind and body work the way they were intended to. You can also visit the link on prisonplanet.com to see some of the amazing products available. Folks, you've got to try this. These foods promote nutritional excellence, health and well-being, beauty enhancement, and truly sustainable agriculture. Many foods today have herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and insecticides that were not intended for human consumption. Go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today and see some of the amazing products available. You are what you eat, so eat what your body needs. Remember to go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today. In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs,
That's fascist.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Would you give someone $100 for a $10 bill? If you're taking vitamins and minerals in a pill form, that's exactly what you're doing. Hello, my name is Dr. David Friedman. According to the Physician's Desk reference, many vitamins and minerals in a pill form are 10% absorbed. It doesn't take a mathematician to figure out for every $100 you spend on these pills, you're flushing $90 down the toilet. Start absorbing the nutrients you swallow. Introducing Choose for Health, a delicious tasting chewable containing 16 superfruits, sea vegetables, and antioxidants. You know, you work hard for your money. Isn't it time to start getting what you pay for? Order today. 1-800-210-1922. With Choose for Health, your body gets to keep the nutrients you swallow. The first 300 callers are going to receive a free copy of my best-selling CD, America's Unbalanced Diet. 1-800-210-1922. Or go to orderchoose.com.
Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m. over an abbreviated Sunday transmission. Don't forget Jason Burmis, the Info Warrior. It's the name of the show, 9 to midnight Central Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Simulcast on the GCN Radio Network. He's been having a lot of great guests in studio and on the phone with him, so you want to definitely, it's all simulcast at PrisonPlanet.tv for 3 hours, 9 to midnight. And we've been here today for the last few hours, so most days we do large portions of the show. Every day we do at least 2 hours. I want to go back to our guest. We're not going to have any time for calls today. We've had so many guests on, but we will have a lot of calls tomorrow. Corporatism, the secret government of the New World Order, but he'll be on hold a few minutes. I want to bring Ted Anderson up right now because every time gold goes down, and the graph goes like this, you know, it's the last 5 years going up, but every time it dips, Ted buys it when it's low, and then he doesn't raise the price to the current rate. He passes it on to you. Because Ted understands psychology. For some reason, people buy when it's high. I buy when it's low. Well, he passes that on. You're buying it at the low price when it's gone up. It went up $30 yesterday. It's gone up like 15 today. Skyrocketing back upwards. I don't know what the future holds, but I know gold and silver is real. I know they're devaluing the dollar. They're openly talking about abandoning the dollar. If that happens, you know, I got articles here. In fact, I meant to get to $750 billion green investment to revive economy, UN says. They're calling for a world tax on all fuel. And if you think $750 billion is big, that's just how they're going to start. The income tax started at 1%. It wasn't widely adopted until the 50s, though they passed it in 1913. So, I mean, this is insane, the stuff. I mean, here's London Telegraph, where they're talking about yesterday issuing their own global super currency. And then another article said, oh, they're already doing it. So, Ted Anderson, you've got silver, you've got gold at insane deals. Out of the gates, because we always run out of time, give folks the group of coins you're offering today at the insane price of, would you buy this when it was down by $70?
Yeah,
what it is now?
Alex is right. When the market dipped there, I took advantage of those low prices, and now we have gold trading around $960, which is up again today. That news that the Fed's going in there and buying U.S. Treasuries is just driving gold up through the roof. And then, of course,
that means the private bankers are selling themselves Treasuries, taxpayer back. The foreigners aren't buying enough of it to keep us afloat, and they're moving away fast. If folks don't know what that means, why don't you tell them, Ted?
Well, it just means that we're going to see inflation. I mean, you think you've had an assault on your stocks and bonds and your 401k plans and your IRAs now. Just wait till inflation starts coming. Everybody knows now that we're looking at some huge inflation in the future here. And
they just said yesterday, record inflation. Record inflation in the last 20 years just came in.
Yeah, that's what everybody's pointing at right now, because when the Federal Reserve System buys U.S. government treasuries, it means they're printing money. That's what it means.
And folks, inflation means the dollars are worth less. So I know this sounds stupid, but some people are elementary. I'm going to be simple here. When there's inflation, commodities, especially those that have true value as currency, gold and silver, historically only go up.
It's the most active time in trading for gold and silver that you can ever hope for. I mean, back in 1980, gold went from $40 an ounce to $800 an ounce in about 6 years. And now we're starting at a level at about 300, and if the same movement comes along, we're going to be looking at $4,000 or $5,000, maybe even $6,000 gold. And this is the answers that our government and the Federal Reserve System has for us. And you're right, the UN is trying to get away from using the United States currency as a world reserve currency. That's going to kill us. We have